The premier Women's International Film Festival Nigeria is scheduled for next week, and this is expected to further showcase the prowess and resourcefulness of Nigerian female players in the ever-competitive global film industry. Carolyn Seaman, to this end, will be joining us, and she's the founder of the Girls' Voices Initiative and Festival Director of Women's International Film Festival Nigeria, to discuss the film industry, its challenges and impacts, and how it can help female filmmakers and other stakeholders in Nigeria and around the world. Carolyn, you're welcome to Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, of course. Now, I'd just like to ask at this point, the Nigerian film industry has numerous issues that plagues it, including lack of quality control, piracy, lack of government support, and a relatively undeveloped umbrella association, to mention a few. Could you give us an update on the current challenges at this time?
Yeah, just like you mentioned, there's so many challenges when it comes to women in film. We have very few women involved in critical aspects of filmmaking. So when you talk about women being film directors, women being producers, women handling the cameras, women being editors, we find that there are so few women engaged in the space. And even for the few women that are there, they are not recognized for the excellent work that they bring to the table, or the excellent contribution they're making in the industry. And for us, a Women's International Film Festival creates a platform for these women to be recognized for the work that they're doing, for the phenomenal contributions they're bringing to the film industry. So they can both be recognized and also serve as inspiration to other young women and young female filmmakers coming up in the industry.
All right, talk to us about Girls' Voices and about what the Girl Nation Academy is all about.
So Girls' Voices Initiative is a non-profit established to create a platform for adolescent girls and young women to find their voice, to learn how to use their voice to amplify issues affecting them. And we're using technology and digital media as a platform for girls and women to champion advocacy on women and girls' rights issues in Nigeria and around the world. In 2019, we established the Girl Nation Academy program, which is a technical filmmaking program. We've been targeting young women, particularly in public universities. So we've been able to train over 500 young women since 2019 in Northwest Nigeria, in North Central Nigeria, and in the South-South. And the goal has been to give these women technical filmmaking skills. So they've learned filmmaking from script writing through to editing. They've produced over 8 documentaries and short films that have screened in international film festivals around the world, including the Toronto Women's International Film Festival, the Los Angeles International Women's Film Festival, and so many others around the world. They have over 23 selections and awards that they've won since 2019. And for us, we thought to take this process even a lot further, because this started out for us as a non-profit project, just like I told you. It's funded by the French Embassy in Nigeria. It's called the PISCA Fund. And with that fund, we've been able to train these women and build their capacity in this area. This year, we decided to launch the Women's International Film Festival, sort of an initiative for these young women filmmakers to also give back the wonderful experience that they've benefited in the industry. And so we made a call last year, November, that's 2021, and we've been able to get over 3,000 film submissions from over 130 countries around the world. So that became really massive for us, and for this year's festival, we're selecting 200 film selections from different countries around the world that will be screening at the film festival, in addition to other activities that will be happening during the festival.
Well, Carolyn, you've definitely achieved a lot in such a short time, but what are more of the objectives behind the Women International Film Festival in Nigeria? Why this and why now?
The Women's International Film Festival, one of the key objectives for us, first and foremost, is really to just identify these women who are doing phenomenal work, who are telling these really amazing stories. Like we say at the Women's International Film Festival, that women produce and tell the best stories. So for us, it's really being able to showcase the wonderful films that these women have been producing, to get the stories out, to really champion change in different areas and spheres of life. But more importantly, to create a platform for women filmmakers in general to connect with industry experts, to be able to engage and learn, build their skills, connect even for greater impact in society, and also to be celebrated. So we have 16 award categories where women will be rewarded for their fantastic films during the festival. They will be given award trophies. They're being celebrated in areas like Best Picture, Best Cinematographer, Best Director, Best Short. So we have over 16. We have 16 categories, sorry, where women will be recognized in these different areas during the festival.
All right, it sounds exciting, but you mentioned that you received over 3,000 submissions and you've narrowed it down to 200.
Yeah.
What were the criteria for selection?
Yeah, the criteria for selection was very, very strict. During the call for submissions, the criteria included the fact that women have to have directed the films. So we needed women to either be the key director or producer of the film, or at best, the whole film should have at least 60% of women in key areas of your cast and crew. And so we're not talking about women just being makeup artists or being the caterers on your film sets, but women actually handling sound or handling production design or other key areas of the production process. So those were critical criteria that we communicated during the call for submissions, and that was what guided the jury. We had a jury that comprised of industry experts from France, South Africa, Canada, and Nigeria as well. And those jurors have been able to work with those criteria to select the 200 films that are part of the festival this year.
Well, Carolyn, this festival is scheduled for March the 4th and the 5th. Do you foresee any challenges?
Yes, we are opening on the 4th of March. The festival opens on the 4th of March with film screenings. There'll be workshops, seminars. There'll be different activities, master classes during the festival itself. We don't foresee any challenges with convening the festival. Yes, this is during the COVID period, and so we're still going to be having a lot of safety measures during the festival. And of course, there'll be social distancing and all the safety measures put in place to make sure that people are convening in safe environments. The only significant challenge we foresee is some of the selected film makers will not be able to travel down to Nigeria because of the limitations with travel that still happens within some countries. So that's the, I would say, significant challenge that we think could affect the festival. Otherwise, it's really an exciting experience for so many. We're all excited to be a part of this, especially being that this is a premier film festival in West Africa that's targeting women and female filmmakers in general.
All right, Carolyn, you're excited. I am excited, but you and I know that this is a male-dominated industry. Certainly, you're upsetting the apple cart, and several people will not be happy that the focus is moving away from men to women. Talk to us about the challenges in putting this initiative up, and also pushing further mainstream.
Yes, indeed. This is a male-dominated industry when we talk about filmmaking, and it definitely comes with challenges, especially with a film festival like this that is very direct. Like we say at the festival, we say we are unapologetically biased to women, and that is coming from the history of the gender divide that we know exists in the space. And so for us is, how do we close this gap? We can't possibly close this gap when we still have just general film festivals that give men more advantage to put their films out. But when we have a festival like this that is able to target women specifically, it opens up the space for more women to be recognized for the work that they do. It opens space for women to understand how better they can collaborate together for even greater impact. And then we can start talking about coming closer to closing that gender divide that exists in the space. We also want to use the avenue of the festival to also celebrate the people we call our male gender champions. These are men who are in the space, who are conscious of the fact that women are disadvantaged in the space, and they are working hard to open up spaces for young women, to build skills in the industry, to actually connect with other industry experts. And we also want to celebrate such men during the festival, because we believe that they are part of the people who are helping us to close that gap.
Well, Carolyn Seaman, founder of Girls' Voices Initiative and the Women's International Film Festival Director, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. We wish you well ahead of your festival.